tuna video kan react tur hi angai nomin amu nom don khop maya midang chonin ilo kham hlo me the ilo ning hlo me the ama se atop thlingin enula ke chonin angai nom ka tia a boruak ka tia ni hey north east live channel a hianin debate an nei ani pulal du ama kai shoi sarkar in ni somruk chungin enge atna tho that dan ti kha reality check an nei a heta hian mi pathuman soma chungte chu pulal tluang ki ma khiang te ZPM ai oin ani a pu Henry Zodin liana Congress ai oin an som boka ti chuanin pu Robert Romawia Royte hi MNF ai oin an som bok ani ti chuanin pu Robert Romawia Royte pu RRR ni china ka soi sola pu Robert Romoite ya ka tia mani le ma kalau nui je ke ma khan ole I pu Robert a thu soi kan react ma hianin I putluang ki male pu Henry kha moderator hianin zona azot ve ani chu a zona zo chu sap tong vek ania chu wang chonin kan letanga karon khai khom sak chiwa chumi dota chuanin pu Robert Romoya thu soi hi kan soi tir to panga Englishin mizo tongin kan letanga kan react ho don bok ani anga inom don lutuk ole ama sabera chuanin pulal tluang ki ma khiang te the na khianin ni somruk chunga I Mizoram sarkarin I ni za 12 priorities I angai poimo tur big pulal do mana pon kha enge indin mun engza nge la ti ngai tiang khana zota ti chuanin putluang ki ma chuanin hun khoral lowin sarkar a indin felnu tang khanin kan minister te chief minister te an thok char chara ta tho tur chu atam khop mai som pani a khanin ti mek kan neya ma son theina tam taka laoma ma se atam jok chu kan ti zo to ti in putluang ki ma khiang te chuanin a chang ani adota pu Henry an zot velea pu Henry bula chuanin Congress bula chuanin change muem enge inga idana ti velea ti chuanin pu Henry a chuan sarkar thar chuan hetiang thil zong zong hi chu ti vek an tumang ma se vehicle restriction minister le chief minister a tak takin kan la mu theilawa antum ma se kan la mu theilo VIP culture hi nuai bo chu antum ma se engkima protocol lo om sa vek ania chu wang chonin anti hlei theilo tum chu antum ma se anti hlei theilo an sarkar hun chung hi ala rei lowa soivak ala theilowa tia pu Henry hian ti chuanin a soi zela pu Henry chuan sarkar an in hu hian thil har satzia an she thiam chove zel chuana ang an mani po in state dang zong zong in an ti thin chu pai a har sa ti an in pom ati ni ti chuanin putluang ki ma zona azot leya kan moderator hianin putluang ki ma bula chuan ZPM tan thila har sa em ati vele a ti chuanin putluang ki ma chuan har sa lawe ma se a ulsam lo thungani a ulsam lo na chan chu ei rukna alo om rei to ema danangin engma akal lo na alo rei to lutuka thilkal dan siam thata mi pui ngai dan te sarkar han siam that ngal zung zung chu thil olsam chu anilo ma se mi pui ten kong dik zo pui kan tum ti an she chho mek zela Mizoram mi pui ta na thil thati du kan ni ti ero an she to awangin mi pui an hlima an thla muanga an hlau thong to lem lo engma tuna chonin ala fam kimri lo ma se pason na kan la mu chho zel don ani putlong ki ma hianin ti hian a soya pu Henry soy ang khanin hun hi alakal rei lo lutuka soivak chu ala harri ni somruk chungin sarkar chuan na athok nem mi pui mut po fu ni nangai po hi moderator bula khanin nangai po hi Mizorama local la i thiam meang ti na tia moderator po khen nia kan theivela kan local ang ati ani tuna chuanin angai nom tur lai ber pu Robert Romoya an zot velea hei angai nom don engma ka suilawa kan entop maidania
I would like to inform you very clearly that the 12 points that the ZPM government has selected for 100%, 100 days priorities are having glaring differences from the manifesto that they have marketed during the election campaign.
Campaign laya ni za chunga kam tiang an tia an in zor na kha khami nen kha chuanin tuna an che dan hi chu adang deuh ateni pu Robert hian mo
You see, it is very surprising that the Honorable CM of ZPM government has selected 12 points which are easily doable after assuming the office. But
pulal du amana thil som pani ni za chunga kan tiang ati ho hi ti a ol sam lu tukani thil ol sam deuh ti thei tura thlangani aron ti ni pu Robert hian
as universal practice, 100%, not 100 days programs are always in tune with the election manifesto. But forgetting about the election manifesto, the MNA, the ZPM government has selected 12 points which are easily doable.
Midanga chuanin an sarkar hnuwa tang ani zachunga an ti tur hi an manifesto tenen a inzuzui thina mase ZPM sarkar hi chuan ni zachung hian thil olsam lutuk ti thei tur hi an thlangani aron te ni.
And in view of the that's why these 12 points is not worthy of discussion at this August discussion.
Chu wa chuan heta thil som pani kan tiang ati ho hi tuna chuanin discuss lak soi ho tlak ani lo ate ni porobar da hen.
Number one. Number two.
Yeah.
Oh, number one atia moderator khen in ronti to patum thin don ani mase porobar da hi asoi tu ya ka soi du chu ka soi zo vek don ti ril ru po ni mai thei en chon zom zelang.
And well, Manipur issues, Myanmar, you see, refugee issues, Bangladesh refugee issues are the burning issues in Mizoram.
Absolutely.
The 12 points of ZPM.
Mr. Royte, we'll come to that.
Issues.
Yes, of
and
course.
In addition to that,
right. Mr. Royte,
free movement regime,
absolutely.
And also of the fencing of boundary between Myanmar and
Evite pani hi ento he aloki tu.
Mizoram is also a burning issue
yes.
for the state of Mizoram, and not only Mizoram, even for Manipur and Nagaland even. But the 12 points that they have selected did not touch the core issues in Mizoram.
O purobar ta khianin tuna aron soi khi chu Manipur tual chung buaina Myanmar buaina I Bangladesh atanga refugee Mizoram aron lut I heng ang chi ho hi ZPM sarkar hianin ni zachunga angai poimo turjinga atel lawani aron tiani.
Yes.
So my point is that the 12 points that Mr. Laldu Ahmad, Honorable Chief Minister, has no meaning at all to address the burning issues of the state of Mizoram.
Kan Chief Minister Pulal Duama hianin hetiang Mizoram tuna mipui zongzong ina kan ngai venron kan veiron hi availo aron tiani bermai chu
Number one.
Yes.
Number two,
Mr.
let me
Royte,
touch upon the 12 points. Let me touch upon the 12 points. Since I joined later, please give me more time.
Sure.
You see, point number one is regarding the, about big projects. In anticipation of the fact that they will not be able to implement big projects because of some inexperience or immaturity, they just mentioned that they will not go for big projects in the first year.
Mizoram ZPM sarkar kum khatna chuanin enge experience an la nei tok lo wange an la buitlin tok lo wange khami kum khat chung khanin project lian tham tak tak kan kalpui lo wang an tia aron tiani purobar da khian.
It's LM's excuse only.
Oh, chuan lam ho tak ani atiani.
And regarding the second point, minimum rate, till today, till 5 o'clock of today, there is no fixation of rates for this selected four items: ginger, turmeric, chili, and broom. Till now, there is no fixation of the rates.
Well, but
tuna asoi lai khi chu voin tlai dar nga kan interview don thleng hianin thlai thar pali kan le yang anti marcha ai eng so thing le munphia heng hawai hianin rate fix engma alo omlo atiani.
They say that they will give priority to these four items.
But
well,
Mr.
they
Royte,
did not fix the rate till now.
Kan ngai poi mo ang antia heng thlai pali te hi mase ka tinge tun thlengin rate an la fix lo.
And the broom growers in Mizoram are in, great despair because of their failure to comply with this.
Mr. Royte, I can see.
Mun phia ching tu te po tu na hianin an in soyanga an omlo le awangin an mangang ani atiani.
I can see
Mr. Coming to the preparation of budget, it is a usual thing.
Okay, Mr. Royte, I can see.
Just to bluff the people, they mentioned this point. And regarding resource mobilization, the previous government has done a lot. And it is this point is also a mere duplication of the previous government initiative.
Resource mobilization chung changa po sarkar phasa MNF sarkar khan thil tam tak alo tia tuna hetianga aron ti hi tuna English man takha kalo shelawa tuna hetianga aron ti hi enge thil tangkai lo omje nei lo enge I ama lo ti to sa ron ti non le na ang me nge tuna thu soi takha shelong ro kan ngai thale long yo.
This point is also a mere duplication of the previous government initiative.
Sarkar masai na ati tum angkha alo ti to angkha tuna hianin anron ti non le mai mai ani tiang zo khan asoi ni berin ka sia.
And work orders. This is it is a big shame for the state of Mizoram. It is a big shame for the people of Mizo also that they have mentioned this point about work orders. In the long history of Mizoram, there has not been any single case where the new government cancels the work orders of the previous government. But it happened in this ZPM regime. It's very unfortunate.
Mr.
ZPM sarkar no hianin khovel mundang poa India ram state dang polo omailo work order tamtak an kansela hi Mizoram ta na za thaka Mizo de tan po amol phau thak ani aron ti ani.
It is contrary to their policies also.
Okay, Mr. Royte, let's bring in Mr. Khyangte here because I can see Khyangte having a good laugh as he was speaking. So let's bring in Mr. Khyangte.
They have nothing other than
and in fact,
laughing.
Mr. Royte, Khyangte, before you joined, Mr. Khyangte was pointing a finger at your government saying that they are having a tough time to, get a good start to their priorities and implementing their policies because of the lot of corruption that you guys have done and mismanagement. Is that right, Mr. Khyangte?
60 days of
Yes.
Kita tong kitwanin debate po nito lo debate om zia chu topic pakhata hianin site pani hianin ngai dan hi an ron soi dona anin soi chok tur ani amai ro chu kita tong kitwanin anin soi chok le thei don lo tlat maya a boru khop mai heavy and debate hi chu.
That's true.
Full of corruption.
Yes, Mr.
I am also a first-class contractor. And the manner the ZPM regime has harassed the contractors having work orders duly signed by the competent authority and duly selected by the competent authority on process-based. They are still harassed and they are not allowed to start their work, and 47% of such key works have been, demanded by the ZPM regime.
Mr.
To da puro barter on soi hecho pula do mana work order muto mase na la tan lo te kha stay vek tu ra ti kha kita khenin puro barter khi lung oi vak lo ni tu na po khen ke ngei po first class contractor ka ni saski scheme 47% or work zong zong ati mi kha pe kha chu an cancel vek to ti khana ron soi ka she sual nge ka she sual chon in ti ding na comment section a han ron soyula tiki puro bar khi lung oi vak lo ni ke nge po first class contractor ka nia hetianga ZPM sarkar ina nge work order engkim sarkar ma sa atanga signature po movek to khatianga an ron ti le contractor te khatianga an vati thai nge khatiang kha adu lo ni berina langa ni tu na chon.
Mr. Khyangte,
Long history of Mizoram.
Mr. Khyangte, let me bring you in here. In fact, now Mr. Royte is saying that you all, the ZPM, CM Lalu Hmar and his team has chosen the easy way out, picking certain very easy things as their priorities, which also remains unfulfilled.
Okay. Yes.
Room.
Tu da moderator khenin putlogi ba khengde bula khenin puro bar da soi ang chonin thil ol sam tak tak thi lotlin thei tur in thanga chu po chu in la ti lotling thei lowa chu ta chonin engei ngai dan ron soi ro atia hita ta khenin putlogi bagi tong to do no mo tia ma ro chu puro bar da po khe in zoom thei to big lo ni age.
I think it's my time.
Yes.
Yeah, Mr. Royte says that those 12 points are easily doable, but those 12 points are maybe not too easy to get done because they have not been able to do those in the 20 years they have been in the ruling party. So
putluang ke ba chuanin ngor o aming kha ti digem le putluang ki mani em aming hi ka chin chi theilo lu tuka o putluang ki mani ke putluang ki bakhianin e pu Robert Romawia Royte kha achang le ta tu da khianin e MNF sarkar chung kumsom ni chunga anti theilo tur kha e keini chuanin kan ti ani keini na kan ti hi a ol samani chuan nga tinge kumsom ni chung khanin anti lo atia pu Robert a khichanin munphia ching tu te an manga nga ron ti vele boka angai nom khop mai
within less than 100 days, those things are being done, and some of them are still in the process.
Let him speak, Mr. Royte. I'll come to you.
Point number 9 of the ZPM 12 priorities, they have mentioned about boundary committee. Boundary committee has been formed by the previous government under the chairmanship of Deputy Chief Minister.
This boundary committee is not the kind of boundary committee you have.
Revenue Minister and Forest Minister were also there.
Boundary committee chungchang tu da khian an saya pu Robert a khichuanin MNF sarkar hunai khan he boundary committee hi dinani dai to a atia putluang ki ma khichuanin boundary committee in nei kha tu na mi ne hian ai in anglo kan nei chu in anglo what ve thunga ni
this is a reform boundary committee, unlike yours.
putluang ki ma khianin he tu da boundary committee kan nei hi reform tani athar ani nangmani angkha ani velo aron ti vele thunga ni
with this boundary committee, why didn't they continue the same boundary committee that has been formed by the previous MNF government? It is very sensitive and it is a very serious issue.
pu Robert a khichuanin nga tinge sarkar ma sa boundary committee din to kha nga tinge ron chun zom mai lo atiani
Why the new government of ZPM is silent about Myanmar borders? Why they are silent about
Mr. Royte, let's
pu Robert a khichuan nga tinge ZPM sarkar hi Myanmar border le free movement regime chungchang a hianin an ngoi reng aron te ni ai thla chun zom phat mai tang
Mr. Kyangte, would you please respond?
The society of Mizoram.
Let's get Mr. Kyangte in. Yes, Mr. Kyangte.
I'm sorry, ma'am. We are all educated. We need to discuss this as per educated people, okay?
putluang ki ma khian aron roswell to hey educated people vek kan dia le khathiam vek kan dia chu wang chuanin he thil hi mithiam le khathiam pa ngai angin soiho kan tum tur ani aron dia pu Robert aron ka vele hlak ani
I'm sorry. Yes, those 12 points are easily doable according to some politicians, but these are the points that nobody could do.
Mr. Royte, please let Mr. Kyangte respond. We'll come back to you.
Mr. Kyangte, why don't you continue the previous boundary committee?
pu Robert hi lung oi thei che lo nga tinge boundary committee tharin siam kher nga tinge ama mi kha in chun zom mai lo atia te khanin aron hial kal le ni
We have had 4 times meeting earlier.
meeting hoi lin nei to
The new boundary committee.
Give me a chance to talk back. If you don't keep silent, two people cannot speak at the same time.
muang chang de hian aron kam le ve phang ma putluang ke moi thar re tong na hun te bin pe vela mi pani aroli nan tong thei le nem artia de
No, my question, please answer. Answer my question.
Whenever you want to speak, I will start.
Mr. Royte, please, let...
Which you have promised during the election campaign.
Mr. Kyangte, I think you'll have to speak louder.
Okay.
Moderator ke ni pukik te ring de ro tong me ro ti bang ngai na om lo
I'm so sorry, Mr. Royte is so upset about all these things because the new government is starting a better direction, a better way of doing things, so people are happy. And then some politicians are not happy because things are going to change.
putluang ki bakhianin pu Robert Romawia hi alung oi lo ma achan chu ZPM sarkar hi a sarkar thar hi tu da chonin sarkar om ma sa te ai chonin kongdik azo na sato zo ka akal dan po adik chho zela tin politician dangte po ina ti theilo tura an ngai kha ani lo pon ol samdeu ti thei tura an ngai an ti du lo kha tu na chon ZPM sarkar ina ron ti zela tiang khani na soya
And then it's been changing.
It is not a matter of upset. Please do answer the points that I have raised.
If you are not absent, then why you are
The previous
yelling
government
like?
has formulated boundary committee and it has.
Why are you?
puro bar la kaya lung oil lo lawan nilo upset lawan nilo kaso na kaka tingay chan lo boundary committee tung chang kaka tingay chan lo
Yelling
Taken
like
lots of
a
initiative.
woman at
Why
delivery
you start a new
room? Why
boundary
are you
committee,
yelling?
ignoring the previous one?
but lucky makaya ilung oil lo inti ani sila cho din nga tingay now they na ruma mi ni aw fuck guys, keep calm, relax. Stay dang chanela. Ilaw in roast chiam.
Just keep quiet and give me a chance to speak. I will give you a chance to speak.
Yes.
Two people cannot speak at the same time. Okay? Let's debate this as per educated gentlemen. All right? Okay, those 12 points laid down by our chief ministers are easily doable according to some politicians. But these are new things that the people of Mizoram are seeing.
Putong ki makhenin point som panhi pulal du amana ti tura ati khachu politician then khat ngai dana chonin thil ti ol sam tak ania amaro chu heng te hi Mizoramina Mizomi puitena an lap mu ngai lo thil thar ani ate ni
Like he says, Mr. Royte, the boundary committee was formed before, but it was not doing anything concrete.
No.
How
can you say that the previous boundary committee has not done anything? Because the previous government, has formulated the boundary committee comprising of YMA, comprising of MHCP, comprising of MKHC, comprising of MOP, and also comprising of Revenue Minister.
I don't think
Forest
this is
Minister,
argument,
and also
Mr.
the Home
Royte.
Minister. And they have had 4 times sitting and a series of boundary discussions with Assam government was done in consonant with the decision of the boundary commission, the boundary committee. How can you say that the previous government committee did not do anything?
Why?
Lung oil lo ani putong ki makhenin MNF sarkar hun laya boundary committee khachanin engma atilo atia puroba roba khicha violin committee to a bipoi mo tak tel na committee ania Assam sarkar ne pakanin dor sak to a engwangin nge engtin nge MNF sarkar hun laya boundary committee din khanin na tho engma anelo nga isoi thei aron te ni
Why did you take so hard that our boundary committee
is not like that.
from your
Don't blame.
boundary committee?
putlo ki phanga tinge ilak nat ZPM sarkar boundary committee le MNF sarkar boundary committee in anglahi natinge ilak nat why do you take it so hard
Right.
Because I am talking about truth only.
Now, Mr. Royte, I can see you're being very active and aggressive on the TV show.
Not aggressive.
Now,
I am not aggressive. I am speaking about the truth only.
all right. Now, but my question...
Kilai aggressive ti om sia puro bar da khen thinri mangi na ngai lo chu ka hretwang lo ma se hey I sap trong chon mo Andina ke mani research line na I want to do this project and I am going to pursue this project aggressively kan ti thina chu bi om sia chu he project hi ka ti dua chu wang chonin ka thei top cho in he project hi ti ka tum do na ni ti hlotlin ka tum do na ni chu mi soina trong kam chu I am aggressively pursuing this project at all cost ti na nga ni ya kami kha puro bar da khenin a thiam chho chia do lo ni na lang ani hebi chawa hian
Speak the truth as much as you like, but
Mr. Royte, my question here is, Mizoram is amongst just a few states left in the northeast which has an opposition in the assembly. So,
yes.
Budget session starts, Mizoram assembly budget session starts, I believe, from Monday. So, are you planning to raise some of these issues, and are you going to act as one of those strong, aggressive opposition in the assembly?
My nature is very fragile, and I am never be aggressive in my life. But I have commitment in my political career, and I have listed lots of omissions and commissions being, committed by the ZPM government. So if I have chance, I'll point out. There are good deeds also. I'll point out. But
Okay.
at the same time,
That's the spirit.
tuna budget session lo tura po til tam tak ka point out don ani ma se kami zia hi chu a aggressive lo a fragile atia kha khami zo tong in ke ka le thiam ta der lo mai comment section han le thiam i no
you see,
Yes.
lots of unprecedented blunders that the ZPM government has committed during these 60 days.
ZPM sarkar ina tuni somruk chunga tiswal tam tak an nei kha ron point out don email budget session a ta khe nim putlong ki wakheng te khe aron nui chua ka ni
Commission of this Mizoram State Supported Service Board is also a grave, you see, violation of the
Obviously, some politicians are upset
this system of
because
practice.
of
puro bar da khenin MSSB an thiaringot pokha engmoni dan bo chiat na chu omani ate ni
obviously some politicians are upset
this system of
because
practice.
of anti-corruption measures that we have been taking.
putlong ke pachuanin nia politician then khathi chun lung oi lawani a chan chu anti corruption ei ruk do na lampanga ma kan la na sa hiani na tilung oi lawani aron ti vele thongani.
All right, Mr. Royte, I would request you to allow Mr. Kyaungtae to speak, and also before we close, I would also like to hear from Mr. Henry. Yes, please, Mr. Henry first.
You know
Yeah, they are welcome. I listen.
Ka soi ve cha ka ni zem lo chan ki min news a khen mi roi ko ve se chu ka trong ve rap thiang mizo patling hi chu an trong mong cher chur lu to ka tu da po minute som thum don ki min di be khin ne ya thu tak tak an soi man meu lo ni mo cha an trong de ta ki ai khen in representative I trong nal deu English mo Hindi mo trong nal deu han nei se chu ngai thak te po nuam deu ga chan chu vai chun trong rang thei sia mizo pa hi chuan in han nial ne wak ngai na hi om lo ni mizo te hi chu a trong muang chi hi kan ni bok sia mo
so much squabble among my two colleagues here that actually we are not sticking to the point. We are not giving the moderator so proper time to speak.
But I hope this we can see in the assembly also.
See, what I want to say
Mr.
is
Henry.
that what I want to say is that I think yes, when AAP, for example, when the Aam Aadmi Party, like made their commitment during a matter of 100 days, see, the financial scenario in Delhi and the financial scenario in Mizoram is totally different. We are a very poor state, number one. And I think the ZPM party, the new government, are beginning to know that.
Tonaron soiki Aam Aadmi Party na an sarkar tira ni zachunga ti turan ti le ZPM ron sarkar tira ni zachunga an ti turan ti hi thil inang lo tam taka oma amma sabera le apoi mo bera inang lo chu I poisa kanin nei leilutuk tuna po hianin ZPM sarkar hianin I poisa omlo chuanin che ta harsa masona harsa ti po hi an ron hre chho ve zel a ang atiani pu Henry hian.
Now the reason we became a very poor state was because of the blunder made by the previous government, was the MNF party.
Asoy shevyo na asoy lang lo to siya asoy tlang talolo Mizoram ina sum kan nei lo le suma kan harsat na chanchu sarkar masa MNF khanin thilti sual tam tak an nei wanga ni atiani pu Henry hianin
right
Congress,
and
now puro par again maybe Congress ani zok lo mo ran ti vetu
now the budget session is coming up. I would very much like to see how they will be able to curb all the problems associated with our financial situation in Mizoram. See, all these points, austerity measures, we're also talking about like the CBI probing in Mizoram, and we're also talking about which the previous speaker talked about boundary committee measures to appease the problems within these have always been there during our
top day pu Henry khianin tun ZPM budget ZPM sarkar Mizoram sarkar budget session kan nei tura po hianin engtin nge pulal do ma kai shoi ZPM sarkar hian tuna suma kan harsat na te hi engtin nge chin fel dan turin ruam man na aron siamang te hi ka shechak to atia izeb la jong ke po ka shechak to ani voina tang hian tran do na ngai nom don khop mai ti chuanin thil chi sang sang a soi pok kha ngor a soi thun zom lo vek mayang to hand play thun zom
I think
potila
we've lost the line there. It looks tough to Mr. Kyangte before we close.
pukiang te
Can we quickly go back to Henry for the last few seconds, please?
Hello.
Yes,
Yes,
Mr.
yes.
Henry, quickly.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. So it's basically old wine in new bottles. So we have done all these things, and now they're doing it, and I don't know, whether it will be successful. See,
ama hemi boundary committee kan ti te Myanmar chungchang te heng zong po hi ama chang kan lo buaipui to tu na hianin an ron buaipui chho le a engting ya hlo tling don nge don lo ka hrethiam lo a tuna asoi pakha chu old wine in new bottle atia omje chu hey wine hi bottle a hen da tha thina ni ti chuanin khami wine ngai tho mana tanga lo buaipui to kha bottle thara an sona ti da ang ni mai nga sia ka soi fi thiam dan chuanin ka hrethiam ani ma se mizo tonga le hi har sa ve thina he tiang hin chuwa
starting a government by owing, by getting loan from financial institutions of 80 crores. I mean, whether that would be a solution to the problem. You start a government because there is the treasury is almost closed. I'm telling you.
tuna pu henry soi khi chu sarkar trantir engpol tu polo sarkar ta se an sarkar trantir atanga viable se somriat financial institution atanga puk angai ngala treasury te po ain khar trepa atia
Right.
And all these, whimsical statements like, let's say, not being invited to the chief guest. They have been already invited and they are going there as chief guests also.
All right.
tuna athil ron soi dang le kha chu sumhar san na kha chu thu shan ni ta se ya ZPM minister le until minister le chief minister pula duma po heta hi chona bang bik lowa chief guest ni omna mi ngoi program ang hi chu om ve ni amaro chu tuna ri chuanin kan minister te le pula duma nge te po hi chief guest tur hen angkal ngun tamal mal khop maya hei hi ke po hianin ka mithi lo ti kham thin dewa achan chu amani chief guest ani lo po khan khami program kha chu kal thei tur tho khania tuna pu henry ron point out tak thi chu ke po khianin kalau veya ka ngai poi mo a khwalian tan somanian tia news a henaron langle tu thina hemi hi aboi tha khop mai
Already. So there are many things left undone, but like to be fair, it's just 60 days. To be fair, it's just 60 days. And but they've set 100 days, but I don't think that they'll be able to finish, any one of their points, even in 5 years.
Po Henry khi chuanin engbo ni se ni somruk chi alania chu wang chuanin fair takati don chuan ni somruk chi ania hunala rei lowa tuna anti turan ti ho kha ni za chung hianin anti hlotling thei kherangem ngai to thui phei chuanin kumnga chung po hianin anti hlotling thei angem tiangzong hianin zona kha aron zo ta ni
That's the point that I just wanted to make, and I'll leave
last 20 seconds to Mr. Kyangte to close. Mr. Royte, my apologies. We are absolutely out of time. 20 seconds to Mr. Kyangte to close.
Thank you, ma'am. Our ministers, our chief minister and his ministries have been doing a very good job in austerity measures. Whatever the entitlement they have, they reduce it to half, and which is very severe and very effective. That's why people love them. They don't buy new cars. They don't renovate any bungalow. And then government employees are happy, and then they are keeping their punctuality. And then they go to the office on time, go home on time. And we have developmental work order is already reformed, and then restricted work order is not tender anymore.
All right. Okay, Mr. Kyangte, apologies.
Lela ma chunin putlong ki makhyang te po khi moderator ina le ron ti khi chunin angoi ve mai zela tha ve phian ang rei pu Henry ron soi dik deu ka ti kha soi to a ti chuanin putuna putlong ki ma pu khiang te ati to maila Mr. Khiang te ron ti zia tuna ron soi kha chu ZPM sarkar thar hi chuanin inren chemna chungchanga thatakin ma la minister te le chief minister te entitlement zong zong chan venan kat thaveka tin mipuyan punctual to hunan kala hunan banga mipui sarkar na thokte po tuna chonin an hlim to tia so mai khan chonin comment section ron comment ula khati khani anin debate po ni chialo pu Robert le pu tuang ki ma kheng te khi anin nial de loi ahun tam zo kha chu hei hianin debate hun kha la toy talu tu kani debate om je chu topic pakhatang khelanga pakhatina soinga soizo pakhatina soinga soizo pakhatina soilenga ki tianga assembly Mizoram assembly house ki tianga kan in au boi loi anga kan tong thin kha chu zia lo khom mai hei north east live channel ani namdang podan en ve do na ni chu wang chuan adot le atang chonin debate ril ruputak khanin pakhatin asoya asoizo kan soi velenga khatinga in soi chok mai tur khania engpo ni se angai nom khop mai bo ruwa kani nang ni pon munom milo ti ve ka ring comment section a hanin in ngai dan ron soi ula tin saptong tam tak kha le sual kalo nei ve theya khang de pok ha adiglo amani chuanin in ron correct donia video le kan in mule thewanga budget session angai nom chho do ni ale bye bye wo